All right, first and foremost, we give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and who is worthy to be counted for double honors. And peace I taste to you, brothers out there pushing the truth wholeheartedly and sincerely and for the love of the gospel. All right, it's the brother Kabaria from the Indiana camp. Come back at you again with another sit down to basically talk about whether you like it or whether you don't. All right, so basically the scripture I'm going to be talking about today is whether you like doing the statutes, laws, and commandments, or whether you don't like it, you're still required to do it. All right. So it's just like I don't want to compare it to a job. It's like a lifestyle. All right. You might not like taking showers. You might not like brushing your teeth. You might not like combing your hair, getting dressed and stuff like. You might not like those things, but guess what? Those things are required for you to must do them. All right. There's a lot of things that you do that you might not like doing, but it requires you to do them. Because if you don't brush your teeth, what? Your breath gonna stink. Nobody gonna want to talk to you. Shit. You ain't. Your shit gonna go around stinking. Ain't nobody gonna want to talk to you. Everybody gonna find it offensive if by you talking to them or you going out there. If you don't shower, people's gonna find it offensive because what? You're smelling. You don't smell. You don't smell good. People's not gonna hire you. People's not gonna want to be around you because, oh man, that guy's always stinking. But those are the things you must do, man. You must have to wash your clothes. You might not like those things, but guess what? Those things you must do. And then, to be honest, really, those things that you do, it's not necessarily really a like or don't like. You just doing it. It's like a neutral feeling, It's like, oh, do you like brushing your teeth? I mean, of course I ain't just going to sit there like, man, I love brushing my teeth. I'm going to brush my teeth 5 times a day. You have some people like that, but 9 times out of 10, it's like a neutral feeling. Most people brush their teeth. They don't do well, I don't care if I like it or not like it. I'm gonna still do it. That's how we should have, towards this truth. Whether we like it or whether we don't like it, it still should be a priority. It still should be a priority. It's gonna become second nature. Some things you're gonna do, and it's just gonna become second nature. All right. I find myself just doing certain things in the truth just because the scripture says it. I don't need an example. And that's one thing, really. The Lord doesn't have to always give you a reason for everything, man. Sometimes the Lord just wants you to, if he says it, just do it, all right? The Lord doesn't owe us an explanation. Oh, well, why, Lord? Why do we have to? It's just the kindness and it's just the mercy of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. He said, oh, you would do this because of this, or you would do this in remembrance because of that. The Lord don't have to do that, man, all right? The Lord can just say, hey, these are my statutes, laws, and commandments. Follow them. That's it, because I said so, all right? That should be only, man. A parent doesn't have to always explain themselves to their children, man. What do we look like? What do we look like? Like, oh, Lord, why do we have to do this? Lord don't, he shouldn't have to explain himself because I said so. That should be our only reason. Why? Because the Lord said so. Boom. All right, because the scripture says so. All right? So whether you like it, whether you love doing the scriptures, or whether you don't like it, guess what? You must follow them, all right? This is 1 John chapter 5 verse 3. It says, for this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. And that's another thing, man. His commandments are not even grievous, man. The things the Lord teaches, man, it's the embedment for you. All right? Here you go. You have a being, you have an entity that created all life on planet Earth. And yet you don't think you think you can know more than him about his own creation? All right, that's like you building a whole entire car, and then where it's smart, it can do all this and drive for itself, and then you telling it to do something, and the car like, well, I think it's better if I do it this way. And like motherfucker, I built you. I know how to I know every nook cranny, every cross T's and dot I's about you. You can't tell me nothing. I know the betterment of you. So the Lord gave us laws, statutes, commandments to embetter us. He didn't give us something, oh, you should pluck one strand of hair out of your head every single day, until you become bald, or you should peel your fingernails back until they bleed and then you should suffer. The Lord's the law's not even grievous. It's for the betterment of ourselves, man. It's to what? To treat yourself and to treat your neighbor in righteousness, man. All right? So the Lord's not telling you, and the Lord's not telling you nothing that's gonna, how can I say? The Lord's not telling you nothing that's gonna further. Matter of fact, I know this. I know I was supposed to be starting a series of just one scripture every morning, a day, real quick. But I'm gonna get this right quick. Just to, I also say I might hit another scripture. It's a possibility I might hit 2 in one. But what is that? Proverbs 4. I think it's Proverbs 4 and 3. Or is it 3 and 4? Bible Kushai, bear with me for 2 seconds while I look for this scripture. Move forward, wickedness. It's like I don't know exactly where it is. Here it is right here. This is 4 and 2. This is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 2. It says, "For I give you good doctrine. Forsake ye not my law." All right. The Lord said what? He gives us good doctrine. All right. Forsake not the law, because the law is good unto us, man. All right. The law is beautiful, man. The law is for an betterment of ourselves, man. And it's not supposed to be grievous. Okay. And the word grievous means burdensome. You know? Hold on, let me get to it. Let me go back to it. That's a good one right there. Yeah, grievous, which means what? Heavy weighted, burdensome. All right, burdensome. All right, this law is not supposed to be burdensome to us, man. All right, it's supposed to be gracious. We're supposed to delight in this law. All right, but guess what? We're supposed to follow in it. We're supposed to follow it to a T. Slocky, not a T, slocky. We're supposed to follow it to the best of our ability, whether we like it or not. Oh, I love this scripture, but I'm not really too, you know. And when I say, I ain't really too, I'm talking about them little minute scriptures that you know of, but you still don't do them. Like one is eating fat. You know, some brothers, you know, you might be eating lamb or you might be eating something. They got a little fat in it. You know, you might just, you know, for me, it's just a little fat. I'ma swallow it. You know, if you have the power. I mean, now don't get me wrong. Don't get, you know, if you want to. I mean, you can't get every single little ounce of fat off of meat. So if it's, you know, a little pinch in there, a little, you know, you ain't. I mean, don't try to, you know, I gotta get that out of there. Rip the meat all up and trying to, you know. If it's in there, you know, try to get it out. But I'm talking about the ones that it's easy. It just hangs off the end of it. You can easily pull it off. All right. I'm talking about those. Some guys might just throw the whole thing in their mouth like, you know, I'll just deal with it. Hey, that's still a law, man. All right. It's a little law, but guess what? No, so it's a law. All right. It's a statute law. It's one of the laws, man. We're not supposed to eat fat, man. All right. Scripture says not to do it, so we're not supposed to do it, man. Every chance you get, man, hey, peel that fat off of that, man. All right, peel that fat off. And I shouldn't have to say blood. Brothers already know, you know, blood is already out of the question. So that means all steaks, everything you eat is supposed to be well done, cooked. Okay. All right. But even small laws like that, we're able to keep, man. You can stop yourself from eating fat. All right. It's easy. And on top of that, what you eating it for anyways? Okay? Just peel that fat off, man, and throw it away. All right? Scripture says not to do it, man. All right? You have some brothers like, oh, well, I love not working on the Sabbath, man. I be so rested up, man. I be falling asleep for hours. You know? Get up, study a little bit, do a sit down, you know? Which I'm not saying that's bad. I'm not saying that's a wrong thing. But you'll be gun-ho. You'll go hard for the Sabbath. But then for little minute scriptures like not eating fat or anything else, you be like, oh, that's just a little scripture. I can, you know. No, man, we supposed to keep this law to the best of our ability, man. All right. That means every single law that we can try to keep, we try to keep it. Okay. Not just because, oh, it's little, you know, it's just minute. Scripture says if you're guilty of if you break one law, you're guilty of breaking them all. Okay. So that just shows you right there the humbleness that we should try to keep all of them to the best of our ability. Okay. So, like I said, I don't want to make these videos too long. These are just supposed to be quick hits, you know, quick breakdown of scriptures and boom, go on. You know, like the brother, our brother told me about that. He said, man, you could do a scripture a day on one. You could do a sit down a day on one scripture. Make it real fast. Boom, you know, make that scripture and then boom. That might not count for your actual sit down, but, you know, it's something, you know, it's content that you could put up on your channel, you know, especially if you're doing the bare minimum of only 3 videos a day. You know, if you only got like a little time, boom, do like a quick 2, 3, 4, 5 minute video on the scripture, and then boom, you know, end it. That's 5 minutes out your day. That's literally a bathroom break. You know, 5 minutes out your day is literally a bathroom break. You know, so hey, you know, Lord, I hope this video was edifying for you, brothers. Until next time, I'll say shalom.